Hi viewers, welcome to Shaker's Bio Factory for NEET. If you like this video, subscribe my channel and click on bell icon to get notification. In this video, I am going to explain the general characters of phylum Porifera. Sporifera is the first phylum in animal kingdom classification. In the name Porifera, pori refers pores and fera means bearing. So the primitive animals which bear minute pores on their body surface, they are called as poriferans. These poriferans, some of the examples like cycon, spongilla is also called freshwater spongy, and euspongia is also called bath spongy. So all these members, it can bear minute pores on its surface. Because of these minute pores, these members can absorb water from their surroundings, and this absorbed water again it can release into outside of their body with the help of minute pores present at the apical portion of their body. So due to having capacity of absorption of water through minute pores present in their body, these members are commonly called sponges. So these are the primitive members belongs to animal kingdom but having multicellular nature. Even though there are many cells present in their body, these cells it never becomes into tissues, so that all porifera members can show cellular level of organization in their body, and each and every cell these are loosely present in their body and perform a specific function, shows division of labor. So these are the primitive animals, so that during evolution all poriferan members are present in marine water. Majority of members are present in marine water and a few members are present in fresh water also. Along with this, these members have body with a asymmetric nature. That means when you take any sponges, the sponge's body it not divides into two equal halves at any plane. Because of this nature, all sponges it can show asymmetric nature. And also one of the most important characteristic feature of poriferans, it is presence of water transport or canal system present in their body. Because the sponges with the help of minute pores present on their body surface, it continuously absorb the water, and this absorbed water it can be released outside of their body through one of the pore present at the apical portion. So because of water absorption and releasing of water to outside of their body, it can form a special system. It is called water transport system or water canal system. It is the fundamental character of all porifera members. When you observe the internal structure of poriferans and their body, these poriferans having a specialized body organization, and this body organization consists of many cells, and all these members are diploblastic animals having only two germ layers in their body. At that time, in their lateral view, when we observe their body surface, so the body surface it consists of many minute pores on its surface, and these pores are referred to as ostia. Along with this, these members can show a large pore at apical portion. It play an important role to release water to outside of their body. It is called asculum. So because of these minute pores in their body surface, these members are referred as poriferans. Along with this, inside of their body, we can find a large cavity, and this large cavity is called spongiocele. along with ostia, spongiocele, and asculum. It can form water or canal transport system. Along with this, the spongiocele present inside of their body, this spongiocele is lined with some of the specialized cells. These are called as choanocytes or collar cells. So presence of flagella is a main characteristic feature of these choanocytes or collar cells. These are present on inner wall of spongiocele. So because of this body structure, the water transportation can take place. At this time, the water present in their surroundings, this water first it enters into spongiocele with the help of ostia, and this water it continuously pumped into apical portion, and the water can release to outside of their body through asculum. So due to showing of some of the changes or due to showing of some of the movement by collar cells, the water it will continuously pump to upper direction. This water can release to outside of the body through asculum continuously with the help of water transport system. So due to this continuous transport of water through their body from outside to inside of the body, inside to outside of the body, that helps to collect food materials from their surroundings. Along with this, the respiratory exchange. During respiration, the gases exchange also can take place with the help of this water transport system. And after completion of digestion, if any waste materials are generated in their body, so through this water transport system, along with water, this waste also can be removed from their body. Like this, the water transport system present in poriferans helps in food gathering and respiratory exchange, along with removal of waste materials from their body. So the pathway of water is generally water which is present in their surrounding. First, they enters into their body through ostia and it reach spongiocele. And the water which is present in spongiocele, it continuously pumped to outwards or towards apical through asculum that can form continuous water transport system. In these members, it can show digestion, but the digestion take place inside of every cell because there is no special digestive system in their body, and due to absence of digestive system, some of the specialized cells which collect the food material from their surroundings, this food it will completely digest inside of the cell. It is called intracellular digestion. So all poriferans can show intracellular digestion. But the body of these poriferan members, it is supported by one of the skeleton. We can call it is as endoskeleton. And this endoskeleton, it is mainly made up of spicules along with spongin fibers. So both spicules and the spongin fibers, it forms endoskeleton, and this endoskeleton it helps to maintain the body of poriferan members and acts as a endoskeleton. And during reproduction, so all poriferans have ability to perform reproduction by both asexual and sexual methods. But during this reproduction, the process of asexual reproduction it can take place by fragmentation, along with some of the members can show Gemmule's method of asexual reproduction. But in sexual reproduction, we can observe the development of both male and female gametes. With the help of male and female gametes, the process of sexual reproduction take place in porifera members. So during fragmentation, the sponges or poriferan body, due to any reason, if it break down into many small fragments, and whenever the fragment is separated from their body, and reach the suitable surface area, then it attaches to its surface and becomes into a new individual of sponges is the method called fragmentation. And all sponges, it never show locomotion, and these sponges have ability to fix their body on a suitable surface. But during asexual reproduction, we can observe one of the another method. It is called gemmules. So gemmules are internal buds found in sponges, and these internal buds are called archaeocytes. So these archaeocytes are grouply present inside of their structure and covered by a protective layers with a microphyll and a mass of archaeocytes which are present inside the gemmules. These archaeocytes have ability to perform totipotency, and each and every archaeocyte present in gemmules, they have ability to form a complete body because of totipotency nature. When these archaeocytes release to outside of gemmules through microphyll, each and every archaeocyte it have a capability to becomes into a new individual. In this way, the sponges can perform asexual reproduction commonly by fragmentation, and some of the members can show asexual reproduction by gemmule method. But at the time of sexual reproduction, the entire process of sexual reproduction take place with help of both male and female gametes, but in these members there is no specialized reproductive organs. Along with this, in these members the sex is not separated because both male and female gametes are produced by a same individual. That nature is called hermaphrodites. The term hermaphrodites, it indicates bisexual individuals. These hermaphrodites can produce male gametes, and these male gametes release to outside into water, and with the help of minute pores they enters into same individual, and wherever egg cell is there, they fertilize with egg cell and form zygote, and zygote can show further development. So all sponges are hermaphroditic in nature, can produce both male and female gamete by single individual, but the fertilization process not take place by self method. The sperm cells which are produced from one sponges, they reach neighboring sponges to perform fertilization, so that even though they can form both type of gametes, the cross fertilization is possible in majority of cases. During sexual reproduction, whenever the sperm cell from other sponges reach the egg cell fertilize with the sperm cell to form diploid zygote, and the process take place inside of their body is called internal fertilization. And after this internal fertilization, the zygote which is formed in their body is released to outside through minute pores present in their body. This zygote it show further development, undergoes many divisions and form one larva. So due to having of larval stage, their development is considered as indirect development, because the zygote it becomes into larva, and the larva released to outside of the body into water. When it reach the suitable surface or suitable habitat, immediately it have ability to becomes into a new spongy. In this way, the entire process of fertilization take place inside of sponges, but it is a cross fertilization. And zygote which is formed inside of their body, they can becomes into larva and showing indirect development, and the larva in suitable conditions it becomes into new adult organism. It is the process of sexual reproduction seen in majority of poriferan members. So these are the general characters of Porifera phylum. In this, the main characters are they having aquatic habitat and presence of minute pores on their body surface, Small pores are called as the ostia, and large pore present at apical portion is called asculum. And presence of a water transport system is the main fundamental characteristic feature of all porifera members. Along with this, these members first time they showing cellular level of organization. Compared to remaining phylums, only poriferan members can show cellular level of organization, and in these members each and every cell can perform a distinct function but not becomes into tissues and shows division of labor. So these are the main fundamental characteristic feature of phylum Porifera. Thanks for watching.